Greetings everyone. Thanks again, once again, for tuning into Porch Talk, and this is part 2. So, really, part 3 if you count the first video. Our relationship. What a wonderful thing. And so many different trials and tribulations. Not nothing too crazy, but life, I mean, it brings a storm, and you got to be able to, when it brings that wave, you got to grab your surfboard and surf it out, or it will swallow you. So in the first video, Byron was speaking on how I didn't want to be a mother, and I wanted to clarify that. I had my first child at a very young age, and because I'm nice, I will keep his father unnamed. I'm being really nice though, I am, because I absolutely love his family, and so, but he just turned out to be an idiot. And so anywho, I had to do a lot of things on my own. Now granted, I did end up kind of having some support because my family was going through, my mom and dad were going through a divorce, so for their own selfish needs, I think, they were helping me with my kid. Now they probably wouldn't admit to that, but you know, my parents are my parents. There's something, but you gotta love them. My mom has her strong points. Like, my mom is good to talk to. She's a good listener, but she's always trying to be, I think, kind of empathetic. And my dad, he's not a good listener. The conversation's always about him, but he means well. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyhow, the thing about it is, the point is, I was a young mother. And being a young mother, it was a lot of stuff that I missed out on. So some people was like, that stuff is not important or whatever, but we're talking about me. I'm not talking about nobody else. And to me, I had missed out a lot. So it's not that I didn't want a family. That's far from the truth. I just felt like I really needed to be ready for that. One thing about, I think, in the black community, what we do is we want everything now and we jump into it like this. You know what I'm saying? And what can happen is you dig yourself a ditch, and forever you're trying to climb your way out of it instead of coming to the situation prepared. And that's like financially, having your money stacked up. I mean, because even when you get a house, like, that's a big fucking responsibility. Like me, honestly, I'm just extra cautious, and I think that's what Byron sometimes forgets to pay attention to or understand. For instance, had he never suggested we bought a home, it would have been a long time. We probably just would be buying a home, or maybe not, I don't know, but we wouldn't have gotten into a house as soon as we did, because, and my girlfriend's she's the same way. Maybe it's a Leo thing, but I'm the type of person that likes to be on point with things, and if I feel like that I can't do that, that's something that I don't want to jump into. So I don't like to put myself in too much more than I can handle. I'm not the type of person like, let me just jump at it and hope that it for the best. Like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the thing, is it just became very overwhelming for me. And then what men don't realize is the fact that, you know, you get to go out with your boys, you get to go to work, and when you come home, you get to go to sleep. You have different liberties than we do. So when I come home from work, I can't just go to sleep. I gotta check on the kids. I gotta make sure they did this, that, and the third. Or at that time, I had to, you know, you gotta change the diapers. You gotta wash the clothes. You gotta feed them and nurse them and all this. It's just so much. You got your own stuff to go. You're exhausted, literally. I don't have to list everything, because all the mothers understand where I'm coming from. If you're a halfway decent individual, and it's not that my husband is a bum or that he's lazy or anything like that. It's just a fact. And anybody who is honest watching this knows that men have different liberty. They can get out, and you just be stuck, dude. Like, you be stuck.
She was a wet t-shirt contest and a twerk competition short of parenting. What? That's what stopped your parent. You wanted, you felt, t-shirt contest? Yeah, that's what you felt you missed out on.
Byron, that is outrageous.
No, come on, don't front and stunt for the camera, man. Come on, Doc. You know that you would have been outrageous if you didn't have that boy.
Girl, you working with some ass head.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Let's be real about it.
Whatever,
Kids
man.
make y'all slow down and think and prioritize. That's what it does. I made a conscious decision when I was single that I was going to have to get with a woman that would have probably had a child. Only reason being is because in my 20s, in our 20s, y'all wasn't trying to chill, picking up ones and shit on the floor. You know what I mean? That's what women, you know, in our community view as important in their 20s, which I do not think is important. I don't think you got to slut your way up to marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like, get rid of all your slutting before you get into marriage. I think you should be just the absolute slut that you possibly can be while you're married. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about messing with other people. I ain't talking about that.
Exclusively a slut to your mate.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, that's what I'm talking about. All that little, you know what I'm saying? Okay, we can have a wet t-shirt contest at the crib. You know what I'm saying? At the crib. I'm just saying, in a relationship. And we kind of move away from shit like that. In our relationship, we feel like, oh, well, I got to get all this hoeing out before I get into a relationship. And then you find yourself by yourself.
Byron, I never wanted to be a thought dude. Like, that's not what I wanted.
Raquel, well,
I wanted to travel. There's a lot of places. Like, my dad took me places, but it's places that I would have wanted to go by myself. You know, explore the world. And I wasn't able to do that because I had to. I'm just the type of person. As soon as I got pregnant with my first child, I was like, I did this. Despite all the circumstances around it, because I'm going to tell y'all, and I think I've said this before if you've ever watched one of my lives. I had came to my mom, first of all, let's say this. I had never been to the gynecologist prior to having a kid. Now, you know that's odd. Okay? Let's get into it. I had went to my mother and expressed to her that I wanted to go and that, I don't know all the details, but maybe... I don't know if I said something about birth. I don't know what I said, but whatever it was, she wasn't trying to deal with it. She said she didn't want to talk to my dad about it, so whatever. And, I mean, as parents, if you want to ignore things, you can, but then there's consequences. So I said all that to say, so now I get pregnant, and I'm like, well, regardless, this is my responsibility because I did this, so I'm going to have this kid. Whereas somebody else probably would have said, I'm going to get rid of this kid and live my life. And I have no regrets about that because my son is great. He really is. He's great. So that was my thing. Like, I just took on a lot. It was a lot of stress going on at that point in my life. It was just everything surrounding it was very stressful. So it's like not being able to come up for air. And then I would have loved to have children with Byron. He's the greatest. And I mean, I have, but I just wanted for us to kind of enjoy us. It's like we got married and we had kids and, you know, we just jumped in everything so fast. But moving forward today, I mean, I ain't tripping because this is my life. I love my kids. We have fun. They like to be in my room all the time. I don't know what that's about. They totally take over my bed. I come home, the kids all in my room. And it's cool. My son be like, Mom, let's watch this together. And that's fine with me. I don't have no issues with my kids. You know, so you never know till you know. But that's really my defense.
There's no way to prepare, you know, for
you can be better prepared, though.
How?
Save us some money.
Even when you do all of those things or whatever, something's going to come up that you're not going to be prepared for. I mean, I've never seen a perfect situation. Never. I've heard of a perfect situation, but I've never actually seen it. And I, you know, being that I'm in heating and cooling, I go into many, many people's houses. And I'm telling you, I've never, ever seen a perfect situation, even a person who's alone. You know what I'm saying? And I went to a woman's house, and oh man, her house was immaculate. I'm talking about in pristine condition. By far the cleanest house I think I've ever been in. I drove past that same house, and she was outside plowing snow.
I mean, but you know, you get on me all the time. Well, you know, I'll do that.
Well, you want to do that for exercising reasons, but if you're the first and the last option, you know what I'm saying, for how that is supposed to get handled, you know what I mean. I'm talking about the straight up. This is her life. She yes, her house is clean. Her house is perfect. Everything is where she left it. But also she has the maintenance of the house that she has to take care of as well.
But she chose to get the house. She could stayed her ass in her apartment.
She could have, but I'm not talking about shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'm talking about what it is. And what I'm saying, when I drove past that house, I felt a certain type of way because I was like, wow, is it worth it? Now she's calling me, you know what I mean, to go over to one of her rental properties to make sure that everything is all right or whatever, and so on and so forth. But she got to pay me every time that she tell me to go. Her ex-husband was apparently knowledgeable in the field of heating and cooling at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? But now she got to call me and pay me, which is no problem. I'll take her money. But at the end of the day, it's like, really, really think about it. You know, there is no such thing as a perfect situation. You know what I mean? You have to actively work on tearing down issues that arises in your relationship. But that grass is greener on the other side. You have no clue what the hell they did to get it that damn green. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the maintenance that went into that. So while you looking at other people and you trying to, you know what I'm saying, you sizing up their situation opposed to yours, you have no clue what the fuck they went through. You know what I'm saying? It's some people right now that's in relationships that if you knew their whole story, you'd be like, ain't no way I would have dealt with that shit. And you would just ended that shit a long time ago. You know what I mean? But they 54, 55 years of marriage. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we went through some shit. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. You know, we're kind of coming from two different backgrounds. So that's why it's easy for me to say that. What's an issue for her is an issue for her, but it don't necessarily mean that it's an issue for me.
Okay, he don't be. Like I told y'all about that bill last time. Yeah. But he don't really be pressed. It's been some things. I mean, like I said, they're not horrible things. I can't say. I mean, Byron has never stepped out and got anybody pregnant or beat the shit out of me, or he doesn't cuss at me. And
it's not needed. You're an adult.
None of that. So
yeah, none of that is needed. You do that shit, man. Your ass gotta go, bro.
Any marks I got on me is good ones.
Yeah. What marks are you talking about?
I don't know. You know what my coworker today said? She said, "Oh my God, you must have had a good night," because she said my neck was marked up or something. I'm like, my God, really? She was like, yeah.
Oh, it's a little hickey right there.
Oh my gosh. Oh, how old are we? You know, why
where
people gotta blow your
from?
Why people gotta blow up your spot though? Like, what is that about? I don't know, because I would do some shit like that too. I'm kind of petty at times. No, I'm not really petty.
Shit, you petty as hell.
I'm petty?
Then a motherfucker.
How petty am I?
On a scale of 1 to 10, 12.
I'm not that petty.
Absolutely. You ride on a cloud of pettiness.
Okay, dog. You tripping.
And swim in a sea of pettiness.
Whatever, man.
You ride bareback on the horse of pettiness.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in for part 2. We will be back. So I appreciate you guys' support. Check you next time. Bye. Make sure you choose Rocky Road Productions LLC Porch Talk to feed your entertainment needs. And you can do that by following us on Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you like this video and share it with all your family and friends. Tag somebody in it, why don't you? And don't forget to comment down below and let us know how you feel. And before you leave, make sure you subscribe. That's right. You'll catch us every week. Looking forward to see you again next time. Bye.